teacher. You didn't start out that way. How did you get to be a woodworking teacher?
Well, I learned from my trade from my father.
Okay.
My family was in cabinet maker business, so as a young man, I signed up for apprenticeship.
Right.
And I worked in my father's shop as apprentice, and it was tough going because when I signed up to be a apprentice, I lost my father. Even Sunday lunch, I looked at this man as my master. And it was a very tough time, very tough time. And he was a very stern master, so he demanded the best of me, and it was a hard going, but the teaching comes later on.
Yeah.
When I came to America and I was complaining to find woodworking people, what is this stuff you're writing? I start yelling at somebody on the telephone, and they said, wait a minute, calm down, who are you anyway? They come and visited my shop, start writing articles. Through the articles, people got to know me. And then they approached me to make some videos. After people did see my videos, I started to get invited to more and more seminars. That's how I did really started teaching in America.
Cool. Now, you said, obviously your father was a part of that. When it was a pure work relationship when you were in the shop. It was like he wasn't dad anymore. Is that how it was?
It was a tough going because
he was the boss.
He was very likable by everybody. Everybody loved him.
Yeah.
Except I looked at him as a master, and he was very stern and always demanded the best.
Yeah.
So it was tough going. Whenever I wasn't good enough, wasn't fast enough. Good thing I had Grandpa around once in a while. He didn't work with us that time all the time, but once in a while he came and said, come on, he means well, and with a very calm voice, he held my hand and taught me some of the tricks of the trade. So I learned from more than from my dad than my granddad, but mostly from my father.
Yeah. Now, you shared a story with me too, though, that you and your father were able to see each other as father and son again later.
Well, I'm happy to talk about that because I hated that man near 10 years. So when we came to America, my wife and I, after I owned my own business and owned my own little house, he came to visit with Mom, and with a bottle of wine, Dad and I made it up. And first time I heard again to tell me I love you. So he recognized I made it on my own, and that is a very, very lovely memory for me because I finally made up with my dad and we became friends again.
Great.
And we've been friends for a long time since he died. He passed away already, but we had some good times. We went visiting Hungary. We always vacationed together and whatnot. So I'm glad I could made it up with him.
That's excellent. Good. Now, how old were you when you started working as an apprentice?
You start at a very young age. I was 14 years old when I started to work in the shop, and I didn't have an apprenticeship paper till a year later.
Okay.
It was very interesting when it came to, my father said, if you want to be a blacksmith, you go to Iványi. You want to be a wagon maker, you go to Martondula. I said, no, I don't want to be a wagon. If you want to be a cabinet maker, I can teach you better than anybody. I had no choice. He didn't give me a choice. In a young age, you decide what you're going to do.
Sure.
I couldn't leave and sneak home.
Right.
I was home. It was a big house, had a bedroom, the kitchen, and then the shop. A very big shop. Even for lunch, just came down the steps of the shop and go into the steps of the kitchen.
That all happened right
Um,
there. Yeah.
The machine shop was in the back. It was small, unheated, even in winter time. And if we cut a big log, it came through the window on rollers, on the bandsaw,
Okay.
and went through the small window on the other side, which wasn't really a window, it was an opening to get the logs through from the bandsaw. So it was going back and forth.
A log drive-through. Yeah.
That's how we made some lumber.
Now, okay, so from Hungary, you didn't come straight to the United States, right? You were in Vienna for a while, or?
We wanted to leave the country for a long time. And we traveled East Europe all over. Finally, we wanted to go to West, but we never get visas. I always get visa because I was in the Communist Army, a border patrol. I was a sergeant in the border patrol, therefore
You knew.
I get visa right away, but we want to go together. So my wife wrote a little childish letter to the authorities. We would like to go together, enjoy our vacation, come back to Hungary with the same memory. So finally, both of us got a visa.
Okay.
I said, wow, now what? We had to decide, and we decided we're gonna leave the country, and we ended up in Vienna. And it was scary for us, make sure nobody finds out we're not gonna come back.
Right.
They had to pack our suitcases carefully to look like we are tourists going for vacation and coming back home. At the railroad station, my mother-in-law started crying. I was so nervous. Well, she just saying goodbye to her daughter, so it was okay. On the train, the border patrol came, checking passports, and points to that suitcase. Whose suitcase is that?
Right.
That's mine, sir. Can I open it? I took down my suitcase and opened it. And he starts counting my shirts. Why do you take 12 shirts? I quickly answered, why can I have a clean shirt every day? The Hungarian tourist takes salami to Vienna and come home with shirts. I was taking too many shirts. I love to know, did the man had an idea, this young couple never gonna come back. I am so pleased he didn't busted me.
Yeah. You're that close.
He had a chance right there.
Yeah.
Right there. And was quite interesting. We went there on vacation we decided we're gonna vacation for a week. Well, we didn't make it for a week. After a couple of days, I was very itchy. What we gonna do here? I mean, I need to find a job. You need to find a job. Was holding hands, walking on the street with my wife. Then she says, we're gonna go in there. That's a cabinet shop. I mean, looking up, Tischlerei. Now I know it's a cabinet shop. So we go in there. She speaks very good German, very good. A little old guy there, looked like my dad, with an apron, working. So my wife talks to him, What are you telling him? I'm telling him how good cabinet maker you are. Finally, I see the old man takes off his apron, brush the sawdust off his shoes. I says, where are we going? Well, he don't need nobody, my wife explained to me, but we're going to a shop, 1 block. This guy might hire me. So we go in there, they chit-chat, and my wife again telling this guy, what a great cabinet maker this. Before you know it, that man hired me. His name was Herr Kutzke, and one of the best men I ever worked for. It was a small shop, 5 guys worked in there. His own son was working there, apprenticing.
Okay.
And I was in a suit and tie, and when I left, I asked him what to bring. I asked my wife to ask him, but I couldn't speak to these people. And he said, work closed, expect to get dirty, and a good attitude for working. So I made him understand, I read blueprints, give me the drawing, and I can make you anything you wish.
Great.
Things was working very well.
Mhm.
Once I get a job to make a wall cabinet and a medicine cabinet, two different clients. And I made the cabinets. The expensive lock was for the cheap cabinet. The cheap lock was for the expensive cabinet. I mixed them up. I was disappointed, but the boss said, don't worry about it, we put an expensive lock on both. So I had to make a new door because no way I could patch the old lock. So I didn't tell him, but when they went home, I stayed after hour, made a new door, put the lock. That's the only mistake I did. I was working there for 9 months. 9 months. Treated us like his own children. He took us out for dinner weekends with his kids. I couldn't believe it. Once he gives us the ticket to see the Viennese ballet, and I'm looking at this ticket, the price on this ticket was more than what I made a week. And we were sitting second row, had to dress up nice, bow tie, and we did see the most beautiful show. I never forget that. We did see the Viennese ballet. We had a very good memory from Vienna.
Yeah. Well, so when did you leave Vienna? Why did you leave Vienna?
Well, Vienna was next door to Hungary. I wasn't feel quite safe, and I was looking for more like going to Germany. In a movie factory in Hungary. I was working in a movie factory for a while as a cabinet maker. Then I became a model master, making models for movie purposes.
Okay.
And I was working there for a West German movie producer. And he said, if you guys come, you got a job.
Okay.
So I was hoping to go there, but they didn't treat me well in the German embassy. Therefore, we went to the American embassy. We loved how we got treated there. And we applied for a visa. But you had to wait for your American visa for 9 months. That's how we spent that much. We didn't want to come illegal. We wanted to come with legal papers.
Great.
And once we got the papers, that's how we ended up in America.
So right to New York? That's
Well, my wife born and raised in the city, Budapest. We lived in Budapest. I'm a country boy, but when we got married, I moved to Budapest and we lived together, obviously. But I'm a country boy. We lived in Budapest. We lived in Vienna. My wife said, we're going to live in New York. When the plane was landing, we see this cloud, this dark spot. They said, that's Manhattan. We couldn't see a thing. Nevertheless, we checked it out. We was walking in the street and looked at each other. Do we really want to have kids in this city? And we decided not to. So we ended up in Long Island, and I had a couple of odd jobs in Long Island. One shop I was working wasn't fast enough with the staple gun. It was making grandfather clocks. And whenever the two molding didn't fit together, I reached for my plane to fix the molding. The guy said, no, staple it on there. That's the first time I ever get fired on a job.
for not stapling.
But I was very pleased because I find a much and worked there for a while. But I wasn't happy with the kind of work we were doing. I was looking for more.
Better. Let's go ahead and start this off with a little bang here.
So I had a
See what we can
cousin
muster up.
lived around called on her to see if we can come for a visit. And we find on Instagram.
There we go.
My first furniture I made in America.
All right.
And then I made all kinds of pieces working in that shop.
Okay. Different
I
styles
feel better now.
too?
Yes, yes.
So, today,
Mainly small items,
this is what we did the other day. I did it with dowels
a drop,
and made dowels, so it's done.
a
But I remembered.
chest of drawers.
Look at
things
me when I'm
like that.
talking to you.
When wasn't
I
enough,
remembered.
No.
he put me to upholstery. So I learned upholstery.
Fumes.
I know
Maybe I
quite
should
a
crack
bit,
the dough.
had done webbing and
I had a domino machine.
and he sent me
I
out.
got these done in like 2 minutes. So,
And I told him, if you can't feed
And it
me
didn't
woodworking, I'm not
mess
gonna
with my
work for you."
design.
He was very surprised.
I'll let
I
these
stood up
set.
for myself because I didn't want to
Thinking about getting a heater over there, but
or hang drapes. I'm capable to make fine furniture, and you should get paid for that better
They
than
still-
hanging drapes. So we had some misunderstanding.
we're going to continue. Please
Didn't pay me well. Thanks God.
like
he
my
didn't pay me
YouTube
well,
channel.
because probably
It
I was
is-
still working for him. He forced me much earlier than I planned it to open my own shop.
Okay. That was the spot.
Across the
I'll do
street,
some advertising now. Let me get my other scallop.
street, I opened my own shop.
So I took the bottoms of these because they
It
look
was a
a little
tough
gamey.
beginning
And
because
then there is a
I had
sand
to get client, I had
paper.
to
That's
get, I
rough.
had
And I'm just gonna
to use machinery. Many remote clients open your shop, but you accept.
nice and
I had a tough beginning.
Yeah.
My wife was working and
they're not supposed to be exactly the same.
bought my
They're hand,
first table saw
hand carved.
from her
But
money.
it's not-
So it was a rough beginning, but slowly I made it, and I moved to a
I
bigger
have to
shop.
crack the door a little bit.
I start hiring 1 or 2 young guys, and
These two animals let out some serious.
once I built the shop, which I own now, it was a lot better. We had more people working for us.
And I
Better
dropped my
guys.
other
My
3/8
wife did
pin.
my bookkeeping.
Awesome.
She was together all the time.
Problem is, shit around here
We
bounces
finally,
like
after
all over the
10
place.
years,
Good thing I
finally
got
made
an
a
extra
decent
one.
Takes a long time to do fine work.
So what I did was 2 dominoes. They're a lot
Interesting,
stronger.
in America, you not only have to be a good
Like
craftsman,
little mortises. I'm gonna do a
you
different
have to be able to sell yourself.
design, but I have this drilled up.
Put on an image, and you have to educate the client why
Oh,
you
it's
should
drilled up.
buy from me.
Cut.
It wasn't easy.
Ready?
but, once it's
Bill,
it's smooth
welcome.
sailing
How's school?
the last
Don't need
3
these.
years.
That's not bad. What was the job? What was the
Ville.
first piece of furniture that you felt that you'd made it, that you were
Milano.
okay? Was there some
Here's
particular
our little
job that made you think
oak
that?
dowels. Use these. I'm gonna get. These are about to become the bane of my existence. Not
And
exist.
as I was
They work awesome, but I
more
chose
and
a
more,
a
more
bad
people find us, and I had
location.
wonderful clients.
It's pretty
This
cold out,
area, the
so I'm just gonna let the
Somerset
toxic fumes get out
is,
first.
a wealthy area. Less than a few miles from my shop lives Malcolm Forbes.
You know what? Being your own apprentice and master is harder
Ben
because you have to deal with all the fucking stress and BS.
Kennedy, that married to Onassis.
getting stuff done
She put my town on the map
and dealing with the
because
clients.
all the newspapers was full with articles about Jackie and
Okay.
Mrs. Onassis. So, through my other client, I met her, did some jobs for her, but the nicest and biggest job I did was for Mrs. Johnson. The Mrs. Johnson.
I get my other
And,
tool roll. Look at these tool rolls now.
Restoration. These folks have very fine antique furniture.
I had to go out and buy another one because all my other chisels came in.
They find out how
It's
beautiful
okay.
to restore.
What did you say you're studying in again? Or did you move on?
I wanted to break away antiques and make only new furniture.
Yeah.
But these folks were so nice to me at the beginning. I couldn't say no to them. Up till now, we still do some antique restoration because I feel like we owe it to those people.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, you've done some work for the government as well, right? For the State House, or?
Yes, yes. Christy Todd Whitman is my currently customer.
Okay.
Her mother, Mrs. Whitman, is an old customer. Her grandmother, Mrs. Schley, was my first real nice client. She told me, don't worry about young man, you're gonna get well paid for it. Do a good job. This is a wonderful,
I
encouraging
finally got Popular Woodworking. I had to send a pretty shitty
and
phone
charity
call.
fair.
I don't like doing
Whole
that.
family kept with me through the years. When she became the governor, she asked me to restore her grandfather's
Shitty.
desk and deliver it to the State House. So we restored Grandpa's desk, and she wrote me very nice thank you note.
My bride's having a
However,
issues at
the
work.
big job which I got from the State House later on is nothing to do with Mrs. Whitman.
Okay.
I get through this the state of the art, council of the art. When they restored the State House, they invited some local craft people to give
Too
us
long.
some drawing and presentation, what are they looking for,
Okay.
and come back
Should have just taken
the
that.
presentation. So I had this very talented Russian woodcarver working with me. His name is Viktor Bondarenko. And I asked him to look at the job and make some rendering. He made such a beautiful drawing, small scale drawings. When we came back to the State House,
You know,
put this drawing up on the wall.
come with me to across the room.
All this group of architects just looked at each other and says, this is unbelievable. So we got the job. We got the job.
Great.
That's how we ended up doing this beautiful Jacobean tables. He made 5 pieces for that room.
Safety first.
A reporter's table, a big table, one chair, and it's beautiful, big chunks of big
I'm gonna be using this out for a metal now. You know, I have never changed that belt. And it's still
without Victor, I
a little worn out, but it's still sharpened.
one of the
Oh dear.
my woodworking for it as a cabinet maker. To build these furniture and deliver it
Alright.
he had a brass plaque made up, and it says furniture by Frank Klaus, and I made sure Victor's name is on it. So if you visit the State House, check it out. Victor's name is on there.
Yep.
He deserves credit for all the carving.
Very good. Very good. Well, we know that the Tischlerei in Vienna was important
Yeah.
to you.
Two.
And helping you. You've helped people get
Two.
career started too, right?
Well, you bring up the Tischlerei again, and
We gotta figure out how we're gonna clamp these first before we even start.
I learned a lot of business from him. He was a very good PR man. But the most I learned from him is
It's a
if you
clamps,
treat people
but
well,
they're not the right kind of
they will
clamps.
work for you hard.
I bought these. Went back and bought some more
He was
clamps
a very nice
because
man to work for. He appreciated what you did.
they would work.
Once he was installation was
I'm gonna go through here.
big. He was covering the wall, beautiful
Pull out
man,
these clamps.
covering and whatnot. He comes there in the morning and he see us cold and there's no heat there. He took everybody across the street into the
Maybe they'll help
restaurant,
us.
sit down everybody and have some breakfast, have a cup of tea, a little rum in it. This, you drink tea with a little rum in it. It's not bad. So I learned a lot from this man, a lot from this man. I decided if someday I have a chance to own a shop, I will treat people like he treated
I want
us.
to see if we can put these on here. I made some of these funky looking.
Now, your shop, you've retired, but there are still people, your people, that you train, that are still there.
Yes,
Let's see if I
yes. We built a new shop 30 years
Maybe
ago.
if I
In 84,
cut that out, another one on the bandsaw.
my wife and I built that beautiful shop, and we worked in there for 30 years together. She did all the bookkeeping, all the paperwork. I did the managing and run the shop. And I've been
gonna be
very
quick.
lucky. I always surrounded myself with talented, hard-working people. It's not easy to find people who want to do woodworking. When you're learning, you get very little pay,
Right.
and we retired after 30 years.
Oh my God.
My wife said, I did enough, no more. I said, well, if you don't do it, I can't do it without you. So we decided to retire, but I don't want to let the shop, what I'm going to do with the guys working in there. Two of them to work with me 20 years. What you think?
Yeah.
Well, I was a little hesitant, but they said, would be nice
Would help
to
if
give
I
us the
turn the-
opportunity to keep going. So I sold my business. My name is the same. The shop name is the same. The phone number and the same people there. Except John and Doug, the two young men who worked with me in the last 20 years, they are the new owners. But I've been very lucky because I can go there and I go there.
Trying to upload these to.
Friends asking me, what you doing in the shop? And I tell them, this is the cheapest coffee in town. So I'm lucky they still welcome me there, and if I need to make something, like I made the new shop here, most of the stuff I started there. I still do milling there and whatnot, and it is a wonderful thing to be able to go in to my old shop
Yeah.
and work in there a little bit.
Yeah. Were you a hard boss?
I was. If I hired you and you didn't do my expectation, you get fired in 2 days. If I say you have a chance,
All right. Put some. Please check my Instagrams and stuff out. If you don't mind.
after 1 month, I
Uh,
didn't have much to worry about it. And I let people know
I've been.
if I wouldn't love you, you wouldn't be here. Relax. When I show you something, don't be nervous. Stand there and watch me.
On my Instagram and my
Try to do the same.
Twitter.
I had lot of
My
people
YouTube.
teach
YouTube's gonna have all the
people,
videos and stuff
especially
on there.
people listening. And I've been very lucky to find people, young, hard.
I've been doing this, checking this out.
Boys
Make
came
sure
and
it's
worked there.
flat.
Some of them own their own business. Some of them was tired of woodworking
little-
and to do something else. But some of these guys stayed there 20 plus years. Therefore, I'm very happy. They keep running the shop because they deserve it to be there. And it's more than 2.5 years now. And they never missed one payment yet.
Excellent.
So they have to knock on wood. I hope they keep going.
Well, the other part of your career obviously is teaching. You've been, as you mentioned, seminars and writing articles and DVDs. Is that fun? Is it still fun?
Glue the set. I was making my own dowels. The first one is actually made from poplar dowels that I made. You'll notice there's a curve in here.
On my bench, how more enthusiastic
Screwed
I am
up
to
on
start
one.
what I do. And
And
surprise how well I
it doesn't
work
really
with
matter,
tools.
in my opinion,
You have to
because
understand, I grew up without electricity.
Right.
If my grandpa would had a router, he would start it. He had no router. He had no. We had to do everything by hand. I had such a task. You gotta make a kitchen table.
Yeah.
Go and get 5 chunk of wood from the firewood pile. The firewood is about 3 foot long and chunks of wood.
Yeah.
And when it comes, you cut it to shorter pieces. You need a lot of firewood. That's how you heat your house through the winter.
Right.
There is no thermostat to set up. You make a fire if you want to cook breakfast.
there you go, bottomed up.
Fire in your oven if you want to bake bread. My mom had a very nice bread baking oven in the kitchen. So if you understand,
Ta-da!
you do handwork
You guys can see that down the camera.
for 5-10 years.
Right.
I'll
You're
get it
gonna be
going.
good at it. When you have a chance to sneak away your master plane and try it and see how easy and effortless to plane with it, you look at it and you try to make your plane work like that.
Yeah.
It took years to be very good at sharpening and hitting. It works effortless, and I still enjoy it a lot. That's why people enjoy watching me, because I am good at it.
Right. Absolutely.
I am the best next to the workbench because I grew up with those hand tools. I learned it well. However, whatever I do, someone taught me. Someone hold my hand and explained to me how to do that.
Right.
When I heard people I self-taught myself, it wasn't easy 30, 40 years ago. Now it's much easier. There are beautiful magazines, good written magazines, how to. You can learn from them. There are DVDs. There are woodworking courses, many woodworking schools. The tools getting much better.
Yeah.
For the longest time, when I went to a small seminar, making a jewelry box with Frank Klaus.
No, we're using this block.
Dovetails, you need a dovetail saw. People came with dovetail saws, oh my God. First day of the class, I was sharpening other people's hand saws. As soon as Lee Nelson, Lee Valley, Adrian, these people start making dovetail saws, I was so happy to see these saws ready to work. The seminar says, you must have a good dovetail saw to take a class with Frank, so I don't have to sharpen any more dovetail saws.
Frank's way is the right way. Yeah.
Well, I used to be more stubborn. I learned that from the guys in the shop. Don't telling me I mellowed a lot. I was much harder to work with, but I was always fair, very demanding. If you work for a man, in heaven's name, work for him. this is a job where a good craftsman not only have to produce good work for a living, you have to get it done with a speed.
Right,
You get paid for something only when it's out the door.
right.
But even if you're a hobbyist, you can't take forever to do something. I mean,
That
your
worked out
time
pretty
for
good.
Something.
Sure.
There is
See,
beautiful books to read. There is dumb TV to watch. All kinds of things you can do with your time.
Family.
Family. Spend some time with your family. Speaking of family, I have wonderful 2 children. I have a son and a daughter. My son is the oldest and went to local high school, elementary school in town, and then local high school. Summers he spent in the shop.
Yeah.
Very good student, smart kid.
I'm gonna shave off.
So
If we can.
get a scholarship, Stevens Institute of Technology.
Okay.
He come to mom and dad and says, I can do better than that. And I ask him, with whose money? They give you scholarship and you wanna go? I like to go to Yale, Harvard, MIT. I says, well, good luck, son. I had no idea how hard it is to get into. I did not know these Ivy League schools that time.
Right.
My son gets an interview
You got anything interesting going?
for Princeton.
Seems like
Steve comes to our house and they sit in
my
the
chat
living room,
doesn't have anybody talking.
and I was listening. I was on the kitchen, but I tried to hear what I was listening. Sorry.
Let me
it was
try
my
to
job.
find
My son
other
interview, I had to hear them.
quick.
My son arguing with him, English is my second language, and I'm a math person. I'm not too good with literature. I said, man, you're not gonna get into Princeton. And I was right. However, he got into Harvard or MIT. And he come home and said, after he visited these schools, he come home and we asked him which school you want to go to, and he ended up at Harvard. So
Yes,
he had
we
an engineering,
had a choice to go to Harvard or MIT.
and worked a couple of years, had very nice jobs, and then he went to Wharton, get his MBA from Wharton. But I'm very proud how much he did in woodworking. He
Okay.
was working in summers in the shops,
Yeah.
and remember very well, once I was doing cove cutting on the table saw, I had to make water turbine bearings
Okay.
for Simon Pierce. He's a glass blower in Vermont, and he generates his own electricity with a water turbine.
Okay.
And this an old water
so
turbine,
frustrating.
bearings made out of lignum vitae. Blocks of wood, 4 of these blocks, and that's what the water turbine is spinning on it. And he has an extra set soaked in water. Once these wear off, hey Frank, get me another set of bearings. This was the first time I was doing these bearings. My son is standing in the corner, some bookcase, something, I don't know what he was saying, and he's watching me on the table saw, in one eye in the corner. And I was doing this cove cutting and try and error.
Right.
More angle, bigger cove, less angle, steeper cove. And I was frustrated because I tried it 2, 3 times and it wasn't right. So my son, the young man, comes to me and says, Dad, looks like you don't know what the hell you're doing. And I looked at him, now I know what I'm doing. I got so upset, I told him, get back and do what you're doing. Leave me alone. I wasn't nice to him. Why am I telling this story? 4 years later, at Harvard, asked his engineering professor, can I do my thesis, cove cutting on a table saw?
Huh.
And the professor said, I know what the table saw is. I have no clue what you're talking about cove cutting, but if it's never been done, you can do that.
Okay.
Oh, I know it wasn't done. My son was ready with the answers. He went to the Library of Congress and
Well,
printed
could have
out
been
the
bye-bye
computer.
stream.
So he was talking to the top masters of America. Harvard is in Boston, so is Street Bennett School.
Yes. Right.
He went to Bill Neptune and asked him, what you think making a little booklet on cove cutting? He encouraged him, he said it's a great idea. Went to Mac Hodley and Colonial Williams. After he talked to these masters, then he come to Dad and says, Dad, this is what I'm gonna do for thesis. Would you help me make up the props?
Okay.
I was very pleased. That's how he ended up writing an article for Fine Woodworking magazine, cove cutting on a table saw,
Great.
and he made this little booklet.
Moving these
We
for
were
now.
selling them for a
Tripping
long
all over them.
time. And I still have a few.
Nice if I could.
Years later, people still call, do you have this booklet? So in that
Maybe I'll be
booklet,
able to pop
you
them
have
off.
pages and pages of different coves, tell you what angle you set up the saw. I should have one here. I had no clue we're gonna talk about this, but we will.
It's like
we
elephant
will show
ears.
you one.
I'm gonna stick it over here.
So he did his notch in the woodworking by making this cove cutting booklet.
I would say a master's thesis is pretty good
Oh,
working.
nice
out.
clean cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only one that's giving me problems is this one.
I have a beautiful daughter.
But I did do it
She's
with
a
my
school
hand.
teacher. She has a little gene from dad.
This morning was kind of
Very good
hectic.
teacher. I feel like I'm
I have a
good
client.
teacher. I don't know. It's other people point
I
to
was,
say that, but I
I
know
didn't
my
think I was
daughter.
gonna have a client because
And although my son has a beautiful job,
but as a matter of fact, starting out, you should do it,
my
but
daughter has a master's degree in
things went out okay, but I wasn't gonna do any more work for her.
She
But needless to
touched a
say,
lot more lives.
she came back wanting more
Yeah.
She
stuff done.
says it's no
And I couldn't
reward than a little kid
say no.
smiles and says thank you. And the
And I was
kids
out.
can't wait to go to school because they love the teacher.
I needed to score, man.
These good teachers
Needed to
get
score
these
some
young
lumber.
people
My-
into better stuff.
my
I'm very
company
proud of
that I
both
use
my
of,
children.
that I use. And
And now I have granddaughters, more than one. My daughter has a
so I was trying to get a hold of them all morning. I finally got a
she's
hold of
from
them.
America.
They had what I
My
wanted
son has two little girls.
in stock,
They are in
so that's
Hungary.
a
My
plus.
son moved back to Hungary, and he's a big executive at some telephone company, has a very good job.
That's good
have a
there.
beautiful house.
Good there. I need to put another
Daughter,
clamp
8
here.
girl, and they're gonna be there, I don't know how
The,
long.
the
Hope
project's
they're
taken
gonna
a
move
little bit
back
too long.
to
It's my first
America
one, but
because we miss him
uh,
dearly.
Off track of family. What's the favorite piece of furniture that you've ever
but I
made?
mean, I think it's going all right.
I love the period style
I'm
furniture.
double gluing everything and
Favorite furniture is
making sure. I went and went to my storage to look see if I had any African mahogany in stock,
infinity of the curve.
and I
It's a
don't.
beautiful, beautiful line,
So
and it's simple woodworking in the same time
I
very challenging.
called a company that I
In a Queenanne logo,
use a lot.
some
They're close.
crotch wall. I made
They're
one.
real nice,
I made one from crotch
real
wall.
nice individuals.
Carved a very nice mirror with it, and I have one in my house, the curly maple. You did see already. It is challenging to make work with curly maple. Is challenging, especially when you cut curves. And that leg is just beautiful, bottom foot, and if it's well done, it's an elegant piece of furniture. It's all kinds of joinery there. Sliding doors and everything. Stuff that I
Yeah,
love
felt it
doing.
move.
So it's the
What have you been
challenge,
working
but
on?
at the same time, how it all comes together at the end.
Right.
a little out,
result.
but I can't really
Sometimes it's hard to deliver a
bitch
customer's
that
piece
much
of
about
furniture
it.
because you grow it
I
into
think
it.
it could be the
You put
line
so
up
much
the dowels.
into it, and now you get rid of it. But it's important because only after you deliver it, you get paid for whatever you did.
I just gotta be able to get in there.
How
I'll
about
shove it off.
advice for anybody who wants to
Setting the rails is gonna be the tough
Oh,
part.
you wanna be a woodworker? Well, if you wanna make,
We got Frank Klaus's interview on in the background.
start with $1 million.
It took
You
me
might get there. Seriously,
month
if something
to-
is not easy.
my God, did I get
Once you
rid
learn
of
the
those other
craft
three?
well, you have
I
to
never throw those
be
things
able
away.
to deliver it at certain speed, and you have to
I'll
make
cut
things
some more real fast.
to be
just
competitive.
cut the
with
domino.
You need a shop, and you need machinery, serious machines. The machines is such as tables, a joiner, planer. That's the basics. The real machines you need is an edge bender. It's a money maker machine, and
Oh.
you can iron on edges
Street. Let's run here real quick.
for a long time.
Take care of
It
this.
doesn't pay. Big favorite machine in
Whoop. It's all right in my pocket. Took the drawing out a little bit today, yesterday. I gotta work out again tonight. I'm getting fucking tired, man.
And consistent, put ads everywhere. You there, find people, explain to them why should they buy from you, and start charging fair
Where's my split
price
beam?
from the
There it
very
is.
beginning of your work. If you start giving away your work because you want to be busy, people find out, oh, this guy is cheap, let's get something from him.
Yeah.
What people have to know from you is, this guy is expensive, but it does very fine work. If you get to know him like that, you can make it. Once you find the right client, be careful when you start hiring people. Hire someone only
Why is that not
if you can
going?
keep them busy. Start with part-time, grow into business very slowly.
Now you can tell they're home.
And don't expect millions. This is a craft which you have to work with your hand, and competition is out there. Therefore, you have to do something exceptional. Have to find a niche that nobody else does, and stick to that. Don't jump around. Stick to one very particularly styled furniture. You're gonna be good at it. People will buy it from you.
You have an interesting collection of plumb bobs on the back. More interesting is one of them. Tell me that story.
Well, my plumb bob collection. I go a lot to used to go a lot to flea markets and tailgate sales.
Pull this
And
right
I
side.
see a plumb bob for 50 cents. It's dirty. and,
Weather's miserable
looking
too.
at it, it's a beautiful brass plumb bob.
All freaking
Buff it up, clean it up,
cold
it's a
and
beautiful item. And although cabinet makers have no much use for plumb bob,
No.
I do masonry once in a while. You need a plumb bob.
Right.
I bought a couple of plumb bobs and hang them up in the shop. And keep looking at them. They're very nice plumb bobs.
Yeah.
I had a few dozen plumb bobs. Somebody came out with a magazine called Plumb Bob.
I didn't know that.
I start reading about plumb bobs. Quarterly, I am a member of the craft, New Jersey
bought
Craft.
these clamps this
Two
morning.
quarters.
Seem to work
Very
the
nice
best,
reading.
and they
The literature.
help things fall off like that. It's pretty cool.
It's wonderful literature. And that group, that's where this Plumb Bob magazine come from.
Okay.
So I start reading up on it, and I find out there are mechanical plumb bobs, there are all kinds of plumb, I never heard of it. So I get more interested in plumb bob. Guess what? A few weeks later, I go to a flea market, I see this mechanical plumb bob. Oh, I want that. these stuff is start to get expensive. So started as a very inexpensive collection, and I went into it pretty deep. I have some expensive plumb bobs there. Now people come to the shop and
lining up.
they see me having plumb bobs. They come to my party, come to visit, they bring me a plumb bob. I have plumb bob from Alice Valentine, George Wonderiska, made it from an
Oh, of course, it's
antler.
like the ones with the.
Okay.
Frank Polero made me a beautiful plumb bob from ivory and brass. Then I had a plumb bob from Fred Metlock. And I'm looking at it. He made it. He made it. And the plumb bob is crooked. He looked at Fred and says, "How come you made me a crooked plumb bob?" He looked at me in a very soft, friendly voice. He said, "Well, Frank, nobody's perfect." I looked at him, I said, "I get the message." He says, "Lower your voice, you have a party. Your kids are here." I love it. I love it. It's a very nice way to get the message to somebody. I do love this plumb bob collection. And since recently I moved my plumb bob collection
Right.
from the old shop to here, I organized them a little bit, put them in from small
There.
to bigger, the same kind in one row. So I'm done with plumb
One
bobs.
pain in the
No
butt.
more plumb bobs.
Is there anything that we haven't asked you that you want to tell us?
Well, I want people to know, come to America with a passion to learn more and do something with my life. The communist country treated everybody equal. And if you don't join the communist party, you're not gonna be a supervisor, you're not gonna be the boss of the shop. You're just gonna be an average worker with an average pay. You can work hard, you can work medium, you can be lazy, still get the same pay. I disagree with that idea very much. I am more than that. I am hardworking and I want more. So how more you looked into that. My wife always talked to me about this. We go to Germany, we go to America. She didn't want to live in communist Budapest. So we decided to come to America. We
I
ended
think
up
maybe my
in
dolls might have been.
Pakistan. You and everybody
Good
know
out.
this country been good to me. Hard work, a little bit of luck. The reason I made it
I'm not worried about that other sport splitting off.
surrounded myself with hardworking, good people,
Excellent.
and they stick with me.
I'm gonna find.
I have a lot to thank
Better
those
way.
people who worked hard and worked with me, and my wife,
To do it.
all my bookkeeping, never spend the money we don't had. That's how we made it. I am very grateful. I have a beautiful house. I don't owe money to nobody. I had no clue life can be so beautiful when you retired and you wake up and you say, what you gonna do today? Anything you wish. When people ask me, when you gonna retire, I always say, I make sawdust, I do fishing, and I travel a lot. Which one you want to
There.
quit? I still wanna do all those things, except more fishing and more traveling.
They're going on the heater
Sawdust.
or next
I
to it.
can live with it.
It's getting cold out. Nothing's really drying this fast.
Inspiring over years, and we're glad that you were here with us, and you're still making DVDs and continue to
Gotta be
inspire
careful
future
explaining.
workers as well.
Correct.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I still love teaching, and if people want me, I'm still willing to come and teach.
Excellent. Thanks.
Well, there's a lot of shit that still needs to be done to those. Square. A movement. chisel. Excessive amount of clamps that we didn't use. Put them. How's that? Alright, test spot for spot. Don't need these anymore. This is for my glue. It's yeah. Yeah, it's fun. They always come together. You know, I made an error. I cut 3 shells, and one of them you skip every other one, so it's hollow, round, and then I went hollow, round, round, and I was like, ah, and it was beyond. It was on one of these scallops. So it was beyond, like, they're gonna be down. I should have just used the domino, but I think I'll just dowel those ones. I don't have a doweling machine or anything. So it's all me holding on to the stupid tool thing like that and trying to get it close to up and down as possible. But I'm gonna save these. Only a few cents, but they need to keep them. Trying to get my YouTube channel up and running, if you guys don't mind subbing to my YouTube channel. There's some stuff on there, but I'm still trying to figure out how to like do it. I know it sounds like it's super easy. Probably some of it no younger than me. I hate to say that. I figured it out in 3 seconds, but I have a problem, and I can't change my URL until I've been on there 30 days and have a certain amount of movies. So I really don't. I'm not too sure how many I have. It says 4. Wait. It says 5. Some views on one already. That's kind of cool. Oh, somebody follow me? Yes. Inspectobot. Oh. I don't know if that was a human. Anyways. Thank you, Inspectobot. So now. Look at these plans, y'all. It's over on top. Over here. I'm designing my slip seat. Come. Join me. Oh, great. I broke my... That's what happened. Yay. Hope that stays. It's a brand new webcam. I can't be going out and buying this shit. I wonder if I should do crazy glue it in or epoxy it in there. You guys be the judge. So here's a plan. I don't know if you can read it or not. Let me back it off a little bit. There you go. Sorry, guys. I had a little roller. So this is the top. He's going here. See how that lines up? Actually, matches up quite perfectly to the drawing. Try to pan over a little. You can see it. Oh, hey, rowboat. How you been? I guess government shut down, huh? How that lines up. On top of that, there is going to be a piece. It's going to be 3.5 inches long. Get away. Thank you. So that's the top. And on the inside, there is a rebate for a slip seat. I'm assuming the rebate depth is here. Only looks like it'll be about 8. Eighth of an inch. On all sides. Because this other side should be 1 inch. Close to. And then an eighth of an inch. And they have these are just little pieces of molding. Alright, what we're gonna do, we're gonna break these down. I have them all flat and whatnot. I'm gonna square or flatten them out a little bit. These guys. Good, man. I'm glad to hear that. I don't want anybody out in the fucking streets because people can't agree. Selfish bastards. Both sides. Now. You can actually use the dogs here if you'd like. These aren't at max distance. Okay. Really. I did use the domino. I don't know what it's Use a wooden plane today. Sometimes you gotta give it a pop. Then we'll too much. That looks good. See all those, hear all that? Those are from planers and joiners. So, actually, it's not the finished piece. Let's run it through. Go until it doesn't skip anymore. It's nice and smooth. Not gonna mess with too many of the sides. This side's square. Was. Things can go out of square quickly. Pretty close. Square on the side. I did get some more poplar from the storage unit. I'm out of 16 quarter poplar, but that's my 5. I think it's kind of fun and satisfying that you can get just a big block of wood or a log and come in here and make your own dimensional timber. That's one of the parts that I really love about this stuff. You never thought of it. There's a log out there I've been just chomping at the bit to split it. Then of course I want a furrow so I can split shingles and shit. And I'll build my own shanty town if y'all want to. I got lots available. They're 6x6 lots. No plumbing, and they have a sprinkler system. So you got water. You can't see it in the light. That's pretty shiny. I have this fan. See this? See these knife marks? I don't know if you can see them or not. They're there. I don't know if it's supposed to come off or not. I am Mr. Fixer-Upper here. I fix more plastic toys than you, like I volunteered. I'm trying to get these relatively close. I gotta take about a ½ inch off each one this way. Thought about taking out the dado blade, but I think I'm gonna set up one of the rebates with, or I could use moving Philister. And I think I'm going to get rid of this vise. It's a piece of shit. I don't recommend it. It racks. And you think this big thing and these thick ass 2x8s or 2x6s wouldn't bend so much. They do, and it's not a very stable surface. Kind of wanted a chain drive. I'm gonna look into making a my own. This is square. This is a type of poplar. I don't know what species of poplar produces so much green, but I have heard that there is a white poplar out there. Try not to take off too much, taking about 1,000th off at a time, but there's a snipe that hit right here. How's the mic working today? Better? Still the same? I know when I turn the table saw on. Putting like no pressure down, just letting the blade cut. Get a nice surface. Good. Scallops are ready to put on there. This was glued up yesterday. We're gonna work on this knee a little bit because I'm kind of interested to see how it's gonna come out. The other three are down there. You want to do it by hand? Like with you want to do a handsaw or you would use a dovetail saw, or if you're cutting stuff really thin or really fine, this is called a gent saw. So it cuts really fine, looking, and they're not expensive. This saw is not expensive. Let me repeat that. You can, you can, what do you call it? Sharpen them. Well, here's a file. And so, that cuts little tiny pieces. It's really good. You also make a tiny miter box out of just a piece of wood. What you do is you staple one here, put your piece you're going to cut, and then take the other one and staple it on, or screw, whatever. Put the piece in there, and then draw with your bevel 45, 45, cut it, and then you have a miter box. Yeah, gentleman saw. Let me give you some. If you're doing for not even going to this one. This one's pretty good. They're all over. So, I mean, you can spin to the moon and back. And not. And then there's this one I would recommend getting it from here. Pay the money. Pay the money, and you'll you won't need another one forever. You just learn how to sharpen it. And if you're needing anything bigger, you can get the I have one of these as well. give you some food for thought there. I don't know what you think. I'm trying to get my posts. Don't get that. It says 2 views, but the stupid. I don't mind liking and sharing some of my Instagram stuff. That'd be great. I'll share yours. And stickers. If you guys want to swap stickers, send me a sticker. And I'll send you one of mine. Can't lose this piece. But those are pretty good examples. They're a robot. If you're having to cut something like thicker, it's called a carcass saw. Lee Nielsen sells those too. And if you're doing large, deep cuts, like they got to be straight cuts for furniture, they're a 10-inch saw. Those are bigger. That's a 10-inch saw. So you'd be able to cut pretty close to through this, over 3.5 inches. If you don't have a bench hooks, you need probably, if you're going to do that real small stuff, get a couple of these. I just use 2x4s because I wasn't going to go out and pay maple. Now these scrap, but you can put them on the table and then work with pieces, you know, with whatever length, you know, and it's locked in there. I saw a guy that, this is not his original idea. This is not mine. Roy Underhill was the one that I saw him do this. He cut it out quick with a chisel. Oh, Nate. If you're good with it, just take your saw, just take your square it with a knife, cut it with a knife, take a chisel, and then make a, on the waist side, just take a bevel, and so you have a little knife wall, and it'll help. Another thing that's helped me when you're cutting, don't cut down like that, cut down here, you know, cut on the edge. Start your cut, okay, then go here, start at the back, and then slowly meet those two lines together. And then all you have to do is follow that. And it'll keep it pretty relatively straight. So now, and this is going to get to the part that's probably going to bug me a little bit, because I can't understand totally what's going on here. I got a tile. So it finds my phone and finds this. Of course. Whenever you need help, or you got my email. Shoot me a Oops. Hey. So I'm going to leave a little bit. 3.5 inches is our finished dimensions, and 19 and I got these a little bit under an inch thick. There's just the way it goes. I don't think I'm going to be able to cut that out. You guys like how that secondary camera is? I don't have cameras all over the shop, so I have to move it right now. Okay. I'm going to set hair past 3.5. I want to see if this will take it out. It's not. Fuck. No, it won't. We'll be able to hide it. But I like that feature how it has on the back, so I guess I'm going to keep it. Three and a half. I will put these on the docking saw and square one end of them with this side. Careful, there could be a little dabble of hair. Or dust and me. Mess you up. Then we're gonna mark those ends as our end. Alright, roger that. So, yeah, yaw, 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 yaw. I'm trying to come up with some cool shots. Well, you can see how we do here. What did I do with my... There it is. Alright, man. Oh, that blows. Thank you guys for all the subscribers. Three, I think. 6. And believe it or not, no, I only have one account. I'm not that smart. We here, I don't know, think that's still here. We here when we actually found out how a saw stop works and ruined my fucking blade. Pardon my, well, no, not pardon my French, because I didn't get my finger near it. It sure as hell embeds itself in that. One hellacious. Damn. Some guy was trying to tell me before, like, I got a saw stop, and like, all it does is ruin the engine. You got to buy a whole new engine. Costs you $70 to take the part out. Saves your finger. Yes, I had a function test, and I didn't use a hot dog. I ran a piece of wood on there, and it might have had a little bit of spit or wet glue on it. So remember that. You know, make sure it's dry. I went, and when I went to buy the new one, I bought 2, and yeah, so that card thing, you just get it close. You don't want it touching, but you get it close. And she goes, oh shit, and he pulled out his, and he was doing something for his grandson, and he just glued some stuff up, and it was the next day, but I guess it was cold out. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put it somewhere. That's why I kept it. I just couldn't figure it out. And he did the same shit. He goes, I was running it through, and all of a sudden he goes, boom, and the blade's gone. It's that quick. I was just like, and I looked around. I was on stream. Nobody clipped it. That's why I was wondering if anybody even watches this thing. That's a hellacious clip. I wish I had that clip. Maybe I can go back to the stream and find it. Man, that was awesome. And the fact that I didn't lose any fingers. Right, this is a twaddle over. That's what we want. And I'm thinking I'm going to keep... I actually want to keep these rails here. I don't want to lose that. Let me check the square on here. Yeah. Man, don't tell me. The only problem with this thing is bumps. I gotta have this bigger. Can't see shit. No, dude, it's like, I don't know how they measure it, but it is definitely in the millis. Anybody that's an oscillating sander, make sure you have two 17 millimeter wrenches. Hello, Benny. Say hi to your followers. Make sure all your tools are off. Yeah. I only had one 17 millimeter and they didn't sell it solo, so I bought this pack. It's not that expensive now, like 26 bucks. Sorry about that ripping out. Careful, I don't want to run a crown in here. I don't get it. You take a heavier cut. Until it stops. Just that, I did that little bit. That's the only complaint I have with this. It's taken off less than 8. Bring that back. 116. I sharpened these blades nice too the other day, so it's actually cutting alright. Cupping this board. Might have taken care of it. Trial and error. Yeah, I took care of it. So hopefully, I just cut them. The humidity changes and they were screwed. Now this one stayed flat. That's what kind of threw me through a loop. No, this is clogged. I swear to God, dude, I'm in here from fucking 6 o'clock. I'm not always working on tools. Holy Jesus. If I cut out this, you guys have any of these extractors? What happens if I cut out that metal? How bad will it ruin the blades? Any ideas? Listen. That's how much is stuck in there. Alright, I still got room. Take those really big shavings and that's where you got probs. 3.5. spare side to the pants. I want to keep that, even though it doesn't look as bad here, but my wife now was on my ass to get a dust extractor. Well, she's right, of course, because it has saved me a fuckload of dust. Yeah, I don't know. As fast as electrical signal hits, it takes the moisture hitting the sensor, and then the sensor hitting the brake. That's pretty fast. No. They ain't going anywhere. It's just to knock the camera thing loose again. Deactivate. Activate. Power. So these won't need to. I'm going to get both. These are what I'm going to use. If you haven't seen them before, they're actually really nice, and you can use them to cut rabbits and rebates. Or a rebate is a rabbit, or a rabbit is a rebate. You can argue that all you want. Depends on what side of the ocean you're on. I.e. Paul Sellers, thank you. So you would use this, we're going to take the knicker out. I don't know why they don't. Of course, the one I didn't buy was one that controls the knicker. But it's got a low profile, which is cool. And I'm looking for something. And that something better be here. Uh-huh. This has got a knicker in it. See it? And then we're just gonna move it. I'm gonna get it to where I just use it to want to save on the sharpness, because you have to sharpen or buy new ones. That'll score. This is the right hand, and this is the left hand. It does make a difference having both. Mark, how do you afford all these things? Well, I don't. I can't tape these down like before. I'm going to have to get that real big extender and figure something out over the weekend. Here's one fully put together. I'm going to remove that side. Stay there, Benny. Ouch. Oh. Howdy. Inside, Benny. Benny. Inside or I'll shut the garage. Come on. Oh. Benny. Come on. Where they sell you and all this shit, don't they? Oh me anyways. Did I need a Lee Nielsen screwdriver for this? No, but it's built for this tool. So that would be left one. So if you had a problem with the grind you're going to go, you could flip the board around, or left-handed. Or left-handed. I use it because I like that I can get right to the edge. All you gotta do. And the screwdriver fits the screw perfectly, which is nice. Okay. I'm just going to plane that down just so we have a nice smooth edge. Knock it out of square 15 million times and then spend the other. That's actually perfectly square, so that's good. Check this side, which is supposed to be it too. So they're both. Back that off a little. So I'm going to put it here. We're going to see if our. Oh, that's perfect. So we're only going down 1/8 of an inch, I believe. That's the top of the rail. Need somebody. Benny! I think that's going to go on 8. See it frame side. So I wonder if the top. I'm thinking. I had it all worked out in my head yesterday, but I think I just screwed myself up. Benny! Come here. Come on. Hello. Hello. Oh. See, if I thought I was going to put the rail in here, but let's think of this. The width of it. Let's see. I want to do a real slip seat. I would think you would put a rebate in here, put the seat on, and then have trim around the edges. And then you pop the seat off, right? What the hell is all this jargon here? The 1 inch. Let me just do my little test rail all over. This 1/8 slip. These are tenons. This is the post. Oh, how are they supposed to be? That part is what confuses me. Alright, this is the total slip seat. All the way down. Rebated at the 1/8 of an inch. Eighth of an inch deep. Half inch wide. Okay, so we're losing an inch, half an inch. So on this side, slip seat. That I gotta make sure is pretty close to half an inch. So from the outside, Okay. Okay, let's pick our, I want this to show down. Let's do end rails first, pick our wood. These are gonna be, these are on the side rails. They look like shit. And they don't look like shit, they just not what I like. So, I'm going this way. Half of an inch. I'm gonna get my marking gauge. Cut that, mark that. So this is the inside of the board. The outside. Inside. We're gonna cut it. Leave. I'm gonna keep this inside too. We gotta come from this side. You don't see anything what I'm doing? Yeah. There you go. That's 2. This is going on this side. Yeah. How deep does it want it? 1/8 of an inch. Not really ain't that deep, is it? No. Yeah, I dropped it on the damn floor. Ah, moved on me. Click. This is what we're gonna use. Huh?
What's that called?
Skewed block plane. Guess it won't let me do that. With this the rod. It won't let me put a little piece of wood on there. I want to. Well, I think I have some baby wood screws somewhere. Thanks, dude. Okay, I don't want any inch and a quarter. Only 1 inch. Here's 2/4. I don't want to break the brass. Ah. Your trash. Or am I trash? I think I did something very stupid. Disregard what I just did. gotta hold this cut right. It's not just always place it right. Not a bad cut. I come back so it recuts. There's no stop, so make sure we get to that line. Cuts nice on a skew like that. There's some nice shavings. I'm gonna take a huge cut with this. Close. I can go the other way too if I so desired. I set the blade. It'll be a little bit sticking out. That's a pretty big monster cut. One more. You get try the same and then one straight. Nice cut. This side's done. So the seat should sit in here. Tendons will be here. They will fit with a haunch inside. I'll figure something out. I'm not too sure about the plan, how he wrote that out. I have to email him. Let's see, we'll go a little. My split peen hammer. That's too much. Tend to get deeper on the back side. Let's cut myself a little dip. You can always come back and square. Making some shavings. I'll have a sip of my. Oh man, I'm sorry. Do you? I've never heard of it. Bomba clot. You've been here before. Working on that Queenanne footstool. I'm trying to get everything put on YouTube for y'all to watch. So if you could join my Discord, follow if you haven't. Please follow this channel at least. I appreciate that. Have to do my little, all donations are, they go help the stream. Because this is part of my business. You all are my audience. Skew kind of has that knife ability. I would have never thought to get one of these. So I got a block plane with a necker, and that's going to trim up some tendons like you wouldn't believe. Ooh. Getting close on there, so. Middle. Here. Now on final pass, I'm gonna take a little lighter cut. Pretty fine shading. If you guys don't mind, that's what I mean. You guys want a sticker swap? No. Got my first one from Austria. I'm gonna get the beeswax. Over there, over here. I hate this stuff. Oh. Liquor gets clogged. No, I'm just cutting the baby blades for the slip seat. Right up against the fence. Wax. Beeswax. In my opinion, these don't come razor sharp. But yeah, nice tools. Getting close, close. It's a little shallow on my end here, so I'm gonna take a few passes and take a full pass. Whoop. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a skewed rebate plane. Let's redo the sole on this one. Thin mouth on this. Eight up. Go back heel. Actually, it's supposed to wood hammer. Okay. We're getting real close and back it off. I think we're there in the middle. That's all four of them. So they should sit like that. And then the seat will slide in. Theoretically. Our final dimensions are we marked our ends. We did mark our ends. We got our trusty old floor. I'm just gonna take almost nothing off. Now we know what the bottom is. Here. It's gotta be from the joiner. Pretty smooth. Here it's a little valley. Not much. Put the guards back on real fast. That damn tile. Let's take the knickers down. Take these screws bottom here. We'll hold that one in. Hold the top. This is the right hand. The left hand one. Right hand one, my bad. Alright. We'll read these plans a little. What we can make out of them. Both. It's the square. This is not square. This is square. Remember, we only trimmed one. This is square. Yeah. Go to the steps now real quick. Sides 19 3/4. These end up being two. Cut that hair along. 16. Nineteen, 13, 16. Yeah, that's fine. Let's fit there. Whoop. No, this is doesn't really matter. 19 3/4. I like the long rails with the green. I'm gonna cut this again. 15 inches. 15 and 16. I don't like my better. Sixteenth. No. Drop that down. Mark, square, go. here. These are side rails. Oh my god, I got this huge piece of purple hardness in here. We need probably fine. Alright. I don't think. Cut that and this through the tail saw. Oh. The shells done. I know this project's taking a while. I want to divide it in half. Hope I read that right. Oh my god, something smells like popcorn and piss. It's not we're making it our own way. Well, got another piece. Use the restroom real quick, guys. Be right back. 5 minutes. Okay. I was trying to figure out this active viewer bullshit, and I don't know. It's only got an average of 5. But where's my? But we are winding down now. Since it's taking on something hellacious. We have our rails and our end rails cut, and have the rebate, which accordingly from this is what I got. I don't know what the flip that is, but that looks like this. But ours is going to be a little bit different, so we're going to have to change the dimensions of the slip seat. Unless it's this. This is, I believe, the outside of the seat. Here, get one last look. This part here just has it rounded. This is all by hand. The square has got to be the slip, and this part is the other slip. But I think I know what that. Like this.
There's only 2 more of Dad's books. No.
Okay. Oh. Seems a long time to kill a dog. Alright. Well, thanks for everything, guys. Please like my YouTube channel and follow me on here and Twitch, or Twitch and Instagram. I'll put those out for you guys. YouTube, and check out my website. Thank you all very much, and I will see you guys tomorrow, 13:30, continuing on with this son of a bitchin' project.